Welcome to coverage of bowls from the Hornby Club. And it's a very important old trophy that's being played for today. This is to make their way through to the semi-finals. It's called the Watson Shield. My club have won it a couple of times and it really is a prestigious trophy. Today they take on Darfield. Now, to be fair, Hornby are number 1 on the ladder in their section and Darfield are number 7. Darfield have got their second team in today, but they will try very hard in beautiful conditions. You couldn't get a better green preparation than here, and all's in readiness to see just how the bowlers handle it. Hornby up against Darfield in the Watson Shield round robin match. Final end to be played here at Hornby, and the dominant side obviously has been 30 to Hornby and 13 to Darfield. They've come back into the game a bit, Darfield, whether perhaps Hornby just taken the foot off the throat a bit, but take nothing away from it. It's been an absorbing encounter. It's had its moments. Probably not as many tight heads as ideally you'd like to see. They've taken a wee while to settle, have Darfield. Been a little bit wayward, a little bit short, but they've come onto their game now and they're bowling very, very well. And there's a classic example of a Leeds bowl. And that's from Jeff Lola. Slightly over the head, but better there than 2 metres in front. And the man of the match for me is Grant Adams. I think he's led just so jolly well for Hornby. He'll probably let me down now, but he's been on the cake pretty much all the way through. This time he's a little wide, goes round the back. Marking blow for blow though. No harm done there. So 30 to 13, it's a tough game to play when you're that far off the pace. And Darfield have done well with it. Now it's Bill Bathumis trying to get it close. He goes the same way. Just across the face. Grant Adams coming in, and he's a bit disappointed with that. Tiring conditions though, it's been very warm out on the green this morning, no breeze, so they just get a little bit weary. 18 ends of 4s is a long time to play, and you have quite a lot of breaks in between. You bowl your 2 and then you've got to wait, so to keep the concentration is difficult. However, they've been picked to play in the 4s, they know the conditions, know what they have to do. Blair Woods now. Coming up, the red disc on the bowl of Hornby. And he's coming towards the jack. He's going to just be short as well. Not happy with that. Really not putting any pressure on the jack. And that's what you've really got to do. You've got to reach it, you've got to be within sight of it, and that just makes the next bowler's bowl more difficult. At the moment, if they're short in the front, well, you've still got a wide open target to go to the jack. And that's what you try and eliminate. It's all very well in theory. So there's another one just not going to get there at all. So it's a clear run in, really. Take a bit more green, just put a bit more weight on. And that's what they'll be trying to do. Blair Woods comes through. Look at that, they're bowling identical bowls, all of them at this stage. Not one over the head. They must be getting tired. See what happens this time. See if we can get one there. Oh, he turned his back on it. He didn't like it. I don't know why. Could end up being shot the way it's going. I wouldn't have turned my back on it. I don't think he'd want it back either. First one over the head. Perfect green, virtually straight onto the jack. Weedsy bowling now. Graham Weeds. He won't want to be short. He'll want to be up and over if he can. But He can't master that. Look at that. That's a very poor head to finish on, to be honest. No pressure on anybody. And I don't know why. Conditions certainly haven't changed. This is their last end, 18 of 18. So they should know how it's playing. At least they're all getting tired. Robert Ireland bringing his in. He's past there, but Graham Weeds would be saying, well, I just want to get rid of my last one. I've had enough. Like to finish with a bit of a flourish. Look at that. Only one bowl over the head. It's a most unusual end, really, you'd have to say. So it'll be shake hands time, but they'll walk off and say, we didn't cover ourselves in glory on that end. That's for sure. So, Brian McLaughlin bowls his second to last bowl in this Watson Shield fixture here at Hornby. He's gone the same way as his teammates. Well short. I don't think Stu Ward will be too happy with that end at the moment. He's the skipper of the Hornby side. Is he going to fall into the same trap? Yes, he does. Disappointing end, to be fair. I know it's done and dusted. Hornby, very dominant. 30 plays 13 in the last end. That's Brian McLaughlin's last bowl. Where's he going to finish? Well down. So the last bowl in the encounter. Stu Ward, skip of Hornby. They'll take the victory. They'll be very happy with that as they march towards semi-final time in the Watson Shield. And what's he up to this time? He's thrown it away. Yeah, don't bother about it, he said. We won't bother bowling that one. So all over here, and I think it'll probably end 30-14 after 18 ends. I'm pretty sure they picked up one. So we'll go with 30-14, and very shortly we'll catch the two skips and get their thoughts on how the encounter went. Brian McLaughlin's with me, and Brian, you're the skip of Darfield. Didn't quite go the way you wanted it.
Not really, but a beautiful morning for it, beautiful green, and we enjoyed it, and that's the main thing.
Absolutely. Now, this is your second team, isn't it?
Yes, that's right, Pete. Yeah, we have another 10 players in the Watson Shield who are better than us.
It's a very special trophy, isn't it, the Watson Shield?
Definitely, definitely. It's a premier of that.
So it was a challenge for the young fellas, for the new fellas coming through, and they responded pretty well. You fought back well.
That's right. Yeah, some of them are only 2 or 3 year bowlers, and they played very well. Yeah,
very well indeed.
Yeah, no, that's
all
right.
Best of luck in the rest of your campaign. Have you got some games left?
Yes, one next week, Pete, against Parklands, I think. Yeah.
So very best of luck. Let's get the winner in. Okay, lovely to see you.
Good on you. Okay.
Come over here, Stewie Ward. Nice to see you, Stewie. Congratulations. You got out of the blocks quick.
Yeah, we did. We started off pretty well and just sort of get the hammer down for first 4 or 5 ends, and then just basically games like that you sort of get into a bit of a cruise mode, but they fought back reasonably well. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's a win's a win.
Very important result though for Hornby, wasn't it? Because you've got no more games left in the Watson Shield, or yeah.
Yeah, no, we were never going to buy next week, so 4 wins here puts us in a good position to hopefully get through the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
It's a fabulous trophy, isn't it? My club have won it a couple of times, and it's very special.
yeah, it is a great trophy. To be fair, it's the Renfrew Shield of Bowls, isn't it?
Can I say, and probably they won't like this, but I'm going to say my player of the day was Grant Adams. I thought he set it up so well for you as a lead.
As in the fours, the most important guy is the guy up the front, and they set the tone for the end. So to get him close makes my job a lot easier.
And I've got to say, of course, the skip always gets the credit, so I'm going to mention the lead because I thought, no, he really just stuck to his task, didn't he? And the green's magnificent, mate.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's been a lot of the guys at the club. They're all volunteers. There's been a lot of work on the greens, and it's a credit to them.
Will you keep your team together?
Hope so.
Okay. Very best of luck on your journey. So semi-final you hope for now?
Hopefully we'll semi-final. So,
Right, well, we'll try and follow you through. So that's it from Hornby. A very, very interesting game of bowls played in ideal conditions on a beautiful green. And thanks to the crew and everybody involved, we look forward to bringing you more bowls in the future.